Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker Baxter Cycle in the rainy mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa. We're going to take this little hot rod for a run. It's a Himalayan, so I think I can afford to get wet. 2023 Lake Blue. Anyway, this is just traded in. I don't know what it has for mileage, but he's got the owner put all kinds of extra stuff on here. CAD delete pipe, AEW muffler. I love these mufflers, by the way. This particular one. Jumping up here, he's got fender extenders. Looks like he raised the fender up. Got these bags. Are these? Yeah, these are bark busters right here. Bar risers up here, so he's raised the bars up and back a little bit. The bags, of course, on the back, these solid bags. Check that hot rod out. I'm sure, oh, engine guards, look at that. I like it, I like it. This is intriguing, these fender extenders. Gorgeous. And then what you don't see is the fuel X system. He's got a fuel X system on there, so that's why I really want to ride it. He's got the, one of the reasons I want to ride it. He's got the cap pipe, the exhaust pipe, the fuel X. I don't know if he has a DNA filter. He might just have one of them funny covers on there that lets more air in. But you know what? I'm going to gear up. We're going to go get wet. Wahoo. The first thing you got to do is avoid hitting your knee on the bag when you put it on. There we go. Ooh, I like the sound. Very good sound. So that's the CAD delete pipe and that AEW exhaust pipe. Let's go have some fun. Exhaust pipe alley. This is the most dangerous time to ride a motorcycle. Right after it's just started raining. Ground has been dry. It's all oily. You get the, look at that. Turns around like a dream. First thing I want to do, we're going to take this out on the highway because I want to see how that cat pipe does. You know, he said he had a fuel X system, cat pipe, cat delete pipe, and the muffler. I think we're in fourth gear right now. Works very well, I'd say. I think it performs. I like the ads. Those are 3 simple ads, 3 or 4 simple ads. Very good indeed. Good brakes. Wet ground, good brakes. So it's a 411cc, single cylinder, single overhead cam, 2-valve engine, air-cooled, oil-cooled, with a 5-speed transmission. The engine puts out about 24 horsepower, about 24 foot-pounds of torque. That's about 32 Newton meters. Boy, this one with that pipe, there's some extra juice there. Does very well. I can tell the difference. Even with these big bags, it performs well. I like this. I like that a lot. Good ad. Wet weight on this thing is supposed to be, in stock form, 440 pounds or about 200 kilograms. Seat height, 31.5 inches or about 800 millimeters, I believe. Wheelbase is 58 inches or about 1,475 millimeters. I think that's what that is. I'm pretty sure that's right. It's much more responsive than mine. Of course, mine's got about 26,000 miles on it now. This thing is all about suspension. It's got a 21-inch front tire with about 7.9 inches of front end suspension travel. That's about 200 millimeters. 41 millimeter forks on the front. They're kind of covered. The important parts are, you can see them through there. Rear suspension is a monoshock, a linked monoshock. You can change the length to lower or raise the bike a little bit. The rear suspension is 7.1 inches or about 180 millimeters. I have never bottomed out my Royal Enfield Himalayan, and I have taken it on some pretty rough stuff. I got to tell you that. Very proud of that because it really says a lot about the suspension. Boy, this thing really works. Welcome to South Marnie. We're going to slow down because the roads are wet. Simmer down now, you hear? Simmer down. The front disc brake, hey, let's see how it turns here. Look at that, look at that. I love the way these things handle. The front disc brake is a 300 millimeter with a dual piston bibrake caliper. The rear disc brake is a 240, I believe, with a single piston bibrake caliper. I love the brakes on this. They're really set up, they're ABS by the way, front and rear. They're really set up for dirt, but they work okay on the pavement. They work fine on pavement. Oh, by the way, ground clearance 8.6 inches or about 220 millimeters. This one really has some zip. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. I would say if you get an air-cooled Himalayan, you should definitely get the cat pipe, an AEW muffler, and a Fuel X. I'm very impressed with how this thing runs. Look at that, huh? Hillside turn test. When you make your way to the mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa, make sure you stop right here at the Derailed Grill right there. Make sure you try their Wahoo burger, by golly. It's got a 4-gallon gas tank. I think that's about 15 liters. And I get about, when I ride hard, about 50 miles a gallon. If you ride soft, you can get it, some people claim in the 70s. I think I got 70 something once. I've gotten in the 60s many times. Very good handling motorcycle to my way of riding. I love these things on the pavement. I love these things on the gravel. I love these things on the dirt. What I really like about mine is when I get to the end of the pavement, if there's a dirt road or a gravel road, I can just keep on going, you know. Seating position, you sit about upright. This one's got the bars raised back a little bit, so you really sit upright on these. Again, your hips and your knees are about the same height, and your heels are slightly behind your knees. Actually, quite a bit behind your knees. It's an easy bike to stand up on. Check it out. Very good. I'm amazed at how well these handle, you know. My Super Meteor has the same length wheelbase and does not handle nearly the same way. It handles in different ways better, but in this way, this bike handles better. I'm really impressed with this. I like the, I'm glad I rode this today. The owner, he was here this morning. And he wanted me to take it for a spin. He was really, he really wanted me to know what the ads did for the bike. Let's take a look at ourselves here in the mirror. So I've got a 31-inch inseam, 30-inch. So I've got a 30-inch inseam. I'm doing my best to put my feet flat on the ground. That's pretty good, isn't it? I'm about 5'8". This is Marnie East. We've been to North Marnie. That's where Baxter Cycle is. We have been to West Marnie. We just didn't declare it, I guess. Let's go back there. Let's make sure we get a... Yeah, she spins a tire on the loose stuff. What a grin. What a grin. I love it. I love it. Motorcycle Park is in West Marnie. Right now we're about in the middle of town, by golly. Something interesting about this is the dash. I've got myself a Himalayan. I've had it about 2.5 years. I've got over 25,000 miles on it. From the day I got it, I always thought the dash looked antiquated, you know. And I've grown to love this dash. It's very simple. It works very well. It's got an analog speedometer on the left. It's got a little analog tachometer on the right. Down here it's got a fuel gauge. Over here is a gear indicator on this bike. Then down here in the bottom is an always visible clock, odometer, and then below that is trip A and trip B. Oh, they have aftermarket levers on here that are adjustable for throw. Check that out. I like that. That's nice too. This bike has a flash to pass button, high-lows over here, the blinkers, then the horn down below. On this side, the kill switch, the hazard lights, and then the start button. Very nice motorcycle. The mirrors work excellent on this. I had to put my mirrors out. I don't know if these are out farther or what the deal is, but I'm getting plenty of useful view. I like it. And these bags are interesting too. I thought about going with hard bags like that. Maybe I will in my next one. Rain is picking up just a little bit. I think I'm going to head back. Well, it's a fun bike, and I think the owner did very well with his add-ons on this all the way around. What would I do different? I might do a bigger windshield, I think. That's about it. I have a giant windshield on my bike, so I'm kind of used to that. But it's a great motorcycle. Great motorcycle. If y'all are in the market for a new or used Royal Enfield like this one, Triumph, classic British bike of any type, need parts, accessories, thingamajigs, doodads, sweet googly woogly Baxters, they got it all. Get yourself over here to Baxter Cycle in Marnie, Iowa, or go to baxtercycle.com. Make sure you tell those fine folks that Fuzzy Biker sent you. Now, real quick, I want to throw in, we are planning a motorcycle ride May 25th, another Nifty 350 ride. It'll be between 120, 130 miles maybe. Haven't finalized the route yet. And I'm inviting y'all to get over here. We'll start here at Baxter Cycle in Marnie, Iowa, May 25th. All right, my friends, if the weather's good where y'all are at, get yourselves out there and ride. I am going to go hop on that bike and get myself home before I get too wet. Life is good. Wahoo!